90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way star Madelein Perez pregnant? Madelein Perez and Luke Berry may not have appeared in Monday's 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way episode until the last few seconds, but that was all they needed to steal the show. In the preview for the December 15th episode of The Other Way, Madeleine lets Luke know that she isn't feeling quite herself during their wedding weekend. From feeling dizzy to having to step out of the car to puke, things are not looking good. While her ailments could just be those of a cold or a bug, the couple is quick to jump to one conclusion: could Madeleine be pregnant? Below, we're breaking down everything we know about the Other Way couple as they head into their wedding day, including Madeleine's potential pregnancy. Is 90-Day Fiancé star Madelein Perez pregnant? At this time, Madeleine has not confirmed that she is pregnant. However, it appears that she and her fiancé, Luke, worry that she may have accidentally become pregnant during the days leading up to their wedding. In the promo for episode 15, Luke asks his fiancée, "What's wrong?" to which she replies, "I feel so dizzy." Later, in the car, Madeleine is forced to pull over, saying, "Oh, I'm going to spit up." Back home, Luke asks, "Are you telling me that you're pregnant right now?" While this is not conclusive evidence that the couple finds out they are expecting, it's a clear indicator that they will, at least, have a pregnancy scare leading up to their wedding. Madeleine explains to Luke, "I told you so many times. We will be careful when we have S***X. Has Madeleine said anything about pregnancy on her social media? As of December 8, 2025, Madeleine has not mentioned a potential pregnancy on her social media accounts, and neither has Luke. In fact, while they do appear in each other's content, neither has given any confirmation that they have gotten married either. While we're sure that news will come after future episodes air, we'll be sure to keep an eye on social media for any updates about this couple and the rest of the Season 7 cast. What happened to Madelein Perez after 90-Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise Season 4? 90-Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise concluded its fourth season in 2024 and one of the couples, Madelein Perez and Luke Berry, became the talk of the town. But what happened to Madeleine after production ended? Madeleine was only 19 years old, while Luke was 30 during the show, making them one of the more controversial couples of the season. During the season's airtime, viewers found the 11-year age gap between the couple uncomfortable and creepy, which led fans to theorize about their timeline. Besides the obvious age difference between the two, Madeleine and Luke's relationship raised many red flags throughout the show. Trust and financial issues were the biggest challenges the couple faced, as Luke funded Madeleine's life and infidelity rumors circulated around her. It soon became clear to the viewers that the couple had a low chance of working out. However, despite the ups and downs, Madeleine and Luke seemed to still be going strong even after production ended. Madeleine and Luke's 90-Day Fiancé journey. Everything to remember about Madeleine and Luke. Madeleine and Luke originally met during Luke's vacation to Madeleine's native, Colombia, a year and a half before 90-Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise began production. After dating for 6 months, Madeleine agreed to marry Luke when he popped the question. When viewers are first introduced to Madeleine, it is clear that she is living a lavish lifestyle that Luke has provided, including a luxurious apartment, a tiny albino Pomeranian dog named Angel, and a loan to help her open up her own spa, Made Beauty. However, it was soon revealed that Luke had been fired from his job and had yet to tell Madeleine. "But about a month ago I was let go because I was taking too much time off work visiting my fiancée, Madeleine, in Colombia," he said. It was also revealed that Luke had spent nearly $100,000 on Madeleine, and was afraid their relationship would end once she learned the truth. In addition, because of his financial status, Luke had to delay his move to Colombia, which upset Madeleine. Although Luke's financial problems were the main obstacle to their relationship, the 90-Day Fiancé couple hit another roadblock when Luke's friend, Brian, informed him of a rumor about Madeleine cheating. After being confronted and accused of cheating by Luke, Madeleine found it difficult to trust him. Yet, she is not the only one. Luke also began to have doubts and confided in Brian, suggesting that Luke have Madeleine sign a prenup. Madeleine did not take kindly to this but eventually agreed, with the condition that Luke move to Colombia so they can start their life together. Are Madeleine and Luke still together? Their relationship is still thriving. The couple faced plenty of challenges during their time on 90 Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise, but Madeleine and Luke are going strong. On September 2, 2024, Luke published a book about the couple's journey, struggles and his love for Madeleine, titled Meeting Madeleine. Although the book is from Luke's point of view, he recounts the moment he knew she was the one and how she changed his life. However, he also addresses his deepest insecurities and fears of losing Madeleine, which eventually affected their relationship greatly. Fans can find the book here to purchase. Yet, their affection doesn't end there. They are also active in their social media accounts. Luke and Madeleine have posted pictures of each other on Instagram, exchanging kisses and looking very much in love. In a more recent post, both Madeleine, at Madelein Perez 0714, and Luke, at DOM shared a picture of themselves together in fancy attire. In the caption, Madeleine expressed about Luke, "Ever since you came into my life, I understood that true love is not just said, it is shown. With you, every moment is magical, every word has a deeper meaning, and every hug feels like the best refuge." Luke responded in the comments, "My favorite place is by your side. With distance or without, nothing matters as long as we are together." Anyone can see through these posts that the couple is still very dedicated to one another. With that being said, Madeleine and Luke don't seem to have any plans of breaking up. What does Madeleine do for work? Made Beauty transforms with every touch. Although 90 Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise is Madeleine's activities prior to opening her own beauty spa, with Luke's help, are unknown, it seems that Made Beauty is still up and running. Madeleine actively promotes the shop on her personal Instagram account, praising the results of her session and urging followers to book appointments. Despite initially receiving Luke's funding, Madeleine is now working hard to run her shop, serving as a spokesperson, creating content videos, and managing the front desk. According to Made Beauty's Instagram, the shop offers hairstyling, nail acrylics, eyelash treatments, and so much more. 90 Day Fiancé, OMG. TLC casts Madeleine without Luke for an upcoming spin-off. For the past few days, there have been rumors that 90 Day Fiancé star Madeleine will be rejoining the franchise without Luke. Previously, fans saw things escalate between Luke and her to the point where they decided to call off their wedding. Fans saw this coming, as the two were not a good match. The biggest issue between them was trust. Everyone would have been shocked if the former couple had continued to torture each other by keeping their disastrous relationship going. However, viewers are at peace knowing that these two have parted ways. TV star coming back to the franchise? Keep reading to find out. 90 Day Fiancé, did Luke slide into women's DMs after his nasty breakup with Madeleine? 90 Day Fiancé saw how Madeleine and Luke's relationship ended on a terrible note. However, it seems that Luke doesn't care what happened in the past. Instead, it appears that he is all set to date another woman. Well, that's not what we're saying, but what at 90 Day Fiancé _Alexa is claiming. According to the famous blogger, the reality TV star has been actively texting many women. Further, the blogger claimed that the sources say he has kept his DM open for women to drop a text. A few even suggested that he texted many women, saying he was looking for a date since he is single. A fan commented, "His gal is annoying, but she is only 20. He is annoying, too, though." Another added that he is much better off leaving Madeleine, cutting his losses, and coming back to the US. Earlier, fans also claimed that she used Luke for all the material things and never really loved him. 90 Day Fiancé, will Madeleine appear on another TLC franchise spin-off? Fans are eager to know whether the rumors of Madeleine returning to 90 Day Fiancé are true. It appears to be more than mere speculation. A few days ago, Madeleine confirmed that she had signed a contract with Sharp Entertainment for 5 international reality shows. Since she made the announcement, fans are confident that one of those 5 shows must be 90 Day Fiancé. A user posted the same on Reddit and started a discussion about the rumor. While many were shocked, a few added that they would not watch if she were part of the show. New. She will be the reason I quit watching. I cannot stand her, a user commented. It seems viewers are not delighted to see her return to the franchise. According to the audience, Madeleine is not trustworthy because she seeks money rather than a real connection. A fan wrote, I always skipped over her scenes. Too overdone and over-exaggerated is not what draws me into this show. Another joked that this spin-off should feature Jasmine, the Silva twins, Manon, and Madeleine, and that the producers could name it unwatchable. A user pointed out that she was not a good cast member, as her acting was atrocious. Forget about good cast member, or not. She is a raging psychopath. Look it up, another replied. Time will tell whether Madeleine will return to the franchise, but one thing is certain, if she does, she might not receive any love from the viewers. I would never waste my time on something so pathetic, a critic commented. Let us know your thoughts about Madeleine's possible comeback to the franchise in the comments. 90 Day Fiancé, fans spot clues of Madeleine's self-harm and unhealthy behavior. Madelein Perez hasn't been the most loved cast member of the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, but her latest antic has raised concern among her audience. Apparently, viewers spotted some shocking clues that hinted at a possible tendency towards self-harm and unhealthy behavior as well. Yes, you read that right. Things are getting really serious this time. It appears that there is something far more worrying beneath the surface, and it seems that Madeleine is silently struggling behind the scenes. Is this true? What is this all about? What did viewers notice? Keep on reading to learn more about this controversy because the tea is really hot, and fans are still picking up their dropped jaws. 90 Day Fiancé fans think Madeleine has strange behavior. But why? 90 Day Fiancé viewers have been watching Madeleine for a while now, and they are sure that she is not in her right mind. The first and foremost instance was when she didn't even think twice before throwing a whole cake at Luke. Her expressions spoke volumes about her rage and aggression, while it was evident that she wasn't in control. But that's not all. Above everything, the fact that Madeleine was dating someone with such an age gap said a lot about her decision-making. She decided to walk down the aisle with Luke, but when the time came, she called off her engagement on camera and took a super emotional and dramatic exit. This further hinted at how the celeb was lacking stability in her life. However, it now appears that something far more serious is happening behind the scenes. 90 Day Fiancé, Madeleine has self-harm tendencies? 90 Day Fiancé viewers have watched a long list of Madeleine's fights and how aggressively she could get in an argument. But now they are reading between the lines. A Reddit thread recently pointed out the possibility of Madeleine having self-harm tendencies. The OP noted that several clips showed the celeb having several scars on her arms. The thread explained how this could actually shed some light on more emotional or unpredictable moments on the show. The OP even noted that usually, people who have experienced self-harm end up struggling with intense emotions. It further added, not always, but often as a result of deep distress or trauma that can make feelings harder to regulate. The OP didn't want to justify Madeleine's unhealthy behavior but was willing to give viewers another perspective. Several viewers took to the comments section and wondered if it actually was a dog's scratch. Apparently, there are times when pets end up scratching their owners. On the other hand, a fan noted, I think her being trafficked probably explains all of it. Another one added, it looks like scratches from the dog cause it prob needs its nails filed. However, the OP made it clear that they weren't sure about this point of view and simply didn't want to start any rumors. But viewers are now wondering if this could actually be true. What do you think? Do let us know in the comments section. 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7 Mid-Season Predictions. 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7 is nearing the midway point, after an eventful start to the season. Season 7 features 6 couples, with Americans moving abroad for their international partners. While all of the couples have different reasons for not making America their home base, they're all facing similar struggles. The Americans have faced culture shock, while their partners have stressed over making their countries feel like home for them. Our 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7 Mid-Season Predictions. Each of the 6 couples on Season 7 have unique relationships and storylines. While some of the relationships are doing well, others seem to be hitting a breaking point. Of course, we wish that every season could end with all of the couples living happily ever after. However, based on how things have gone so far, we predict that may not be the case for everyone this season. Luke Madelein and Madelein Perez may end up canceling their wedding. Luke Madelein and Madelein Perez are one of the more complicated couples this season. While Luke decided to give up everything to move to Colombia, Madeleine hasn't exactly been impressed with him. She even went as far as blocking him before he arrived. Since Luke's arrival, he and Madeleine have consistently been fighting. A big issue for the couple is finances. Despite Luke being in a lot of debt, Madeleine expects him to spare no cost for her dream wedding. Tensions also hit a high when Madeleine discovered that there had been a stripper at Luke's bachelor party. If Luke and Madeleine keep finding themselves at odds, it's possible they might not make it to the altar. Greta Lynn might leave Matthew. Greta Lynn and Matthew seemed like one of the strongest couples at the start of Season 7. The couple seemed to have a fairy tale romance after meeting on a vegan dating app. After Greta decided to move to Matthew's home country of England, however, they began running into issues. Initially, Greta struggled with making herself feel at home in Matthew's parents' small village home. However, another issue has since arisen that could easily be a deal-breaker. Greta admitted that she isn't sure if she wants kids, whereas Matthew is set on becoming a father. If Greta decides that she definitely doesn't want children, she might end up leaving Matthew. Anthony and Manon Berryman could decide to move back to America. Anthony Berryman and his wife Manon Berryman have a unique storyline on Season 7. While the couple met in America, Manon was born and raised in France. However, Manon doesn't love her home country and was much happier living in America. Nonetheless, Anthony and Manon decided to move to France with their son Benjamin to save their marriage. Manon has made it very clear that she's unhappy living in France. Anthony seems to have been the motivator behind the move, although he doesn't seem to love it so far either. It's very possible that Manon could convince Anthony to move back to America, especially after running into some issues with her family. Chloe Fabiano might leave Johnny Fernandez after alleged cheating. Chloe Fabiano and Johnny Fernandez have been an interesting couple to watch this season. After meeting Johnny while on vacation in Aruba, Chloe packed up everything and moved there to be with him. However, Chloe doesn't completely trust Johnny. He previously took a trip with a goal, which Chloe considered cheating. Johnny claimed he didn't know they were official, but told Chloe that he wanted to be with her from then on. Since arriving in Aruba, Chloe has had some serious trust issues with Johnny. She went spying on him at work as she doesn't feel confident that he isn't still flirting with tourists. Furthermore, the mid-season trailer teases Chloe finding another girl's earrings in Johnny's house. This could be a sign that Johnny cheated. If he did, Chloe could very well decide to leave him and go back to America. 90-Day Fiancé, fans demand TLC to fire Madeleine for physical abductory against Luke. Madelein Perez is raising eyebrows again for her unhinged and toxic behavior on 90-Day Fiancé. She came under fire for turning violent against her partner, Luke. The Colombian native has been constantly receiving hate for being too childish and immature. However, Madeleine seems to have crossed the line this time. She has officially entered the abusive cast members list. The TLC star has been accused of physically abusing her partner. Madeleine tries too hard to replace the most controversial stars like Jasmine and Angela. But fans feel she went too far this time on the ongoing season of The Other Way. They are also asking TLC to fire her for violent behavior. Why are fans demanding it? What really happened? 90-Day Fiancé, Madeleine forces Luke to sponsor her dream wedding. Madelein Perez has some big dreams for her wedding. She wanted Luke to fund the entire wedding and stick to her plans. The 90-day Fiancé star wants full control over the preparations. Madeleine threw huge tantrums when Luke asked her to sign a prenup before their wedding on Love in Paradise. But the latter shocked fans when he admitted to being broke on the show. Madeleine has been planning everything for their dream wedding. She even asked Luke to pay for a helicopter for her grand entrance at the venue. The reality TV celeb turned angry when her partner expressed his concerns over the money. Barry admitted to not having enough funds to foot the bills. However, Madeleine suggests he shouldn't have proposed to her if he didn't have the money. She turned aggressive and threatened to cancel the wedding. 90-day Fiancé, fans accuse Madeleine of absing Luke. Madeleine often received hatred for her extremely immature and toxic behavior. She turned violent on tow when Luke tried to share his secret with her. The latter explained that some of his friends had invited a stripper to his bachelor's party without his consent. Madeleine quickly asked whether he had touched the woman at the party, and he refused.